Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Give me just a second longer to adjust the volume. Okay, that should be fine. I don't have like a dedicated like way to tweak the Spotify volume. I probably should make one, to be honest, instead of just kind of eyeballing it every time, but yeah. Oh. Either way, welcome in everyone. We are back in Blender today. And yeah, we have been modeling Jinx's Energato at nobody's request but my own, for the record. But yeah. I don't know, I've got it like mostly done, but I still have more tweaks to make to like the face structure. It still looks kind of weird from some angles. I'm not like the biggest fan of. I mean, this angle looking kind of weird is just due to like the way the feet join. It might actually be nice to get rid of them real quick. We do like front paws. Yeah, so like that's actually fine. In fact, really like most of it is fine. Actually, I'm like a fan of this. It almost seemed like there was a little dimple like here for a second, but this does seem like all good. Yeah, we're very close to finished on this, frankly. I think I want to correct like the way that these two join together real quick. That would be one change that I want to make. And that should be like pretty easy. So if I just like reload this just for posterity. And then we add in a lattice, right, like over here, up, bit over. I want to make it a bit wider. And that should be like, hang on. Oh, I tweaked every parameter except for the one that I should have. Of course. Every time. Okay. So, like, as long as we only mess with this, it shouldn't really tweak too much of anything else. Well, actually, no, I gotta introduce, like, some more lines. Because it'll tweak anything, like, in this sort of vicinity. So, I don't know, I think it's important to get that right. And then this wise, I mean, I should probably like shrink this in general. That would probably be a help. And then again, like I don't want to stretch it too disproportionately. Maybe I just have it like this. Like that, maybe. And then maybe we just introduce like more cuts. I think like that's fine. And then we'll also introduce a cut here just to make sure we're not tweaking like too much other stuff. Okay. We can like obviously adjust this more if we need to later. Yeah, I think for now this is fine. Yeah. I'll go ahead and incremental save this. We can then add yet another lattice modifier, which there is many on this, regrettably. And we're gonna call this new lattice a nose ridge. Nose ridge deform. Just to keep it a bit intuitive. Yeah, then we get nose ridge deform. Then maybe like lower this a tiny bit more, just so that this is actually like in line. And then from here, all I think I want to do is for edit mode. I can just save this. I don't think I need an incremental save for that. Yeah, I basically just want to line all of this up kind of well. Now, minus these. Okay, nope. I want to unselect them. Or deselect, I guess is the right word. You got the idea. So if I just like bring these out. Okay. So that's a little too much. Needless to say. If we rotate this, would it be any better? Not necessarily. Yeah, that looks kind of weird. You know what if I only selected these, like, front ones? That be any better? Interesting. It's like, I want this to be more outwards. I guess, like, maybe this is fine if we just, like, kinda manually carve it a bit. How does that look? It probably looks a bit uneven, but we'll mess with that in a second. Yeah, it looks kind of odd. It creates a bit of a bump there. Shouldn't really be there. So I think to fix that, we can probably just move this back a little bit more. Or even possibly, like, move this up. Nope, that's bad idea. What about this? See, that's a little better. Still feels a little, like, weirdly pointy. I don't know. Maybe that's not too bad. Maybe I can even bring these out a little bit. I think that's fine. Well, it looks kind of odd. Actually, never mind. I don't think moving this is a good idea. Yeah. Like, that one's there as a control, more so than anything. I just wish it, like, transitioned into the snout a little more naturally. It might be something we'd have to handle, like, in the snout, though. Actually looks fine-ish. Maybe, like, tweak it a little bit. Still look a little strange. The more we try to, like, carve it. Like, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to call that good enough. I am getting a phone call. Hang on. 1 second. Okay, it was nothing, I guess. They just immediately hung up. So probably just like a wrong number or something. I've been getting a lot of like wrong number phone calls recently. I don't know what's been happening. Been kind of crazy. Very silly. Alright, anyway. Back to what we were doing. I guess that's like kind of fine. I wish it transitioned like a tiny bit better, but we can live with this. It especially looks kind of weird here. If anything, I might not have done this enough, it seems. Like, maybe it should be like that. Yeah, hang on. Actually does seem quite a bit better. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. For it to be like that. It makes the schnoz look a bit more natural because of the way that it's connected. Now really, I could move the mouth forward like quite a lot at this point, it seems. But I have to be a little careful. Hmm. It's a thought. It looks like somewhat okay, though. Like, I quite like that. I think this is the best the facial structure has been so far. Even though it's still not super great. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I kind of almost feel like we should like tuck the snout in just a little bit, but no, for now I think this is actually kind of fine. Yeah. Now, the separation is probably going to become a little bit more obvious when like subdivided and stuff as well. So, we definitely need to do like a little bit more manual smoothing, but for now, like, I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah. I didn't like break any of the seams here either. Okay. Oh, yeah, that looks fine. Hmm. I'm just kind of looking at this from all angles just to like see what could be improved. Like definitely from a distance it can kind of look strange. I don't think this will realistically be like that big of a problem when we actually like unwrap him though. Like, I don't think we should fret over that too much. Yeah, I think that's fine. The only thing that would be left to really do at this point is like the whiskers, and I do want to kind of like model them a little bit in whatever way I can. So I guess we'll go here. They're like kind of rounded, which is interesting. They're kind of rounded. I'm just trying to think of how I would do that. I almost feel like they shouldn't be rounded here though. I don't know. I mean, we could figure something out. Hang on. Especially like the trick that I've been using constantly throughout this project has been this. Like where we subdivide it and then cast it to a sphere. I should probably put the cast on first. Just to make it a bit easier to see how much detail we need here. Okay, and then if we go back into edit mode, we need like probably at least 3 cuts here. Yeah. But then ideally we want to have it be hey, we could try 2. We want to have it so that it's like an odd number of faces on each side. Okay, I mean this works. It's very octagonal, but keep in mind, like, we have to shrink this a fuckload. Because, like, this is gonna be for the whiskers. I'll see, does subdivide work kind of right on this, or... not really. So we probably do need a little more geometry then. Okay. So then we'll probably do like 4 cuts then. Call it good there. Yeah, like that seems fine. Apply subdivision. Still like a little bit not circular. I don't know, maybe I should fix that. Problem is if we make it more than 1, it just looks kind of weird. It starts to. I wouldn't imagine like this for 5 would look much better either. If I applied this and then subdivided it. Actually, that does look like slightly better. And once again, like, this is just for like whiskers. Like, they don't need to be super hyper detailed. Let's just turn this off for now. Then we go edit mode. Do this. Now here's gonna be kind of the weird thing here. Is we do kind of want to bisect this a little bit. Like that. Like, because these are whiskers, they're gonna be very, like, oblong, I guess. They're gonna be extremely, extremely small. Like, they literally need to be this small. Well, but then we can't, like, stretch this uniformly. Yeah, we're basically looking at something like that. Then if we subdivide it, it looks alright. It looks a little strange towards, like, the tip of it. though, admittedly. Okay, I have a different method then. Hang on. We're gonna need to bring this back towards the center, the origin, I guess, more accurately. We're gonna have to stretch this differently. We got the approximate size of it again. Okay. Then what we need to do is object mode, lattice, rename it, whisker, deform. By the way, we should name this object whisker instead of just cube. Let me just say lattice. Nope, not that. Go whisker deform. Then we have to change this. And then I think all we need is this. Yeah, okay. All we need is that. Start like accurately deforming this a bit more. Maybe we even do like 5, I think would be good as well. Yeah, and then if we go like that, then we can like deform it in a much safer way. Yeah, so that actually seems good there. Yeah, there we go. It's like a slightly nicer whisker. Now, I'm gonna make a quick duplicate of the whisker. Pull this whisker back out. Then we hide this, do this. We apply this. Do this. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm doing this in object mode like an idiot. Hang on. Okay. Oh, God, I hit my table. My bad. I just want to make sure this looks alright when subdivided too. It does in fact seem to look fine. Okay. Yeah, like that seems fine. Let me make sure I didn't move it in object mode. Okay, I didn't. It's still at the origin point. Good. Actually, hang on, before we do this, incremental save, just because once we rotate this, it's gonna be kinda hard to unrotate it. Whoops. Let's do this. I'm trying to get the right angle here. Not as in like a literal right angle, but as in the correct angle. An angle that kind of fits both of these. Okay, this almost does it, but like the problem is that's literally inside Dunimbus's face. Also, welcome in, Susie. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so like, this is kind of what I was getting at, or something I've gotten at a lot in the past, where like, just because something is written on 2D space doesn't necessarily mean it translates well to 3D space. We've once again found one of those scenarios where, like, trying to do this one-to-one would mean putting the whisker inside his head. Like, we need to compromise somewhat here. I think it's more important that we get the idea across. I don't know. Because otherwise we're gonna have to slim his face even more. I really don't want to do that, because he already looks kind of goofy because his face has been slimmed so much already. Especially from like top of bottom angles. It looks really odd. This guy's kind of hard to get right. Very finicky. Hmm. Like, that's kind of fine on that angle. What about this angle? Like, it's still so far off the reference image, but once again, there's not much we can do about that. I want to have to, like, facial reconstruct this guy again. I mean, it doesn't have to line up exactly from the front and or front or the side. We can just kind of compromise a bit on both, I suppose. Like, what about this? We did that. That is not the right angle to be rotating. I don't really like that, though. I don't know. Maybe like this. Like, that's still kind of off, but at least makes like an okay-ish compromise between these two things. Oh my god. Okay. Like, struggling to think of how I would even do the other whiskers here. I should also, while I'm at it, give me the old mirror tool. Also, is this like even embedding correctly into like the cheek? It is. Just barely. Okay. I wanted to make sure of that at least. Arguably the most important part. I'm gonna do this like just a tiny bit more. Yeah. That's fine. I think we'll just have to make our peace with that. Now, our only problem now... You do need to rotate 2 more. I think I have somewhat of an idea of how I could do that in kind of like a weird, scuffed way. Maybe. It's an idea. Let's make an incremental save first. Can I, like, duplicate this in any kind of, like... Duplicate? I can. I can even in edit mode. That's nice. Okay, so if I do... Duplicate... And then lower this. Obviously it isn't gonna look right. However, if we then bring this back up a little bit, zoom in, try and get like the exact right angle here, at least somewhat. There is also, we could try using normal. Okay, normal doesn't really help. Yeah. Nor does local. Yeah, if we use like a view rotation, it's like almost kind of fine. View. Our only problem is that becomes kind of hard to get right. Hang on. We try to look at it from an exact side angle. What then? It's like kinda there. Maybe just like a tad bit off. Maybe, hang on, I feel like maybe before I had something slightly better. If we do that and then just like increase the degrees, does that work? Would be wild if so. Okay, it does seem to work. If I put in... How many degrees is that? That's like roughly a 25-degree angle. Okay, it's a little more. Maybe a 32-degree angle. 32 is like pretty much there. Like, I think that's fine. We do this. Okay, maybe 32 degrees was not entirely enough, but I mean, we can change this a little more as needed. Especially since, like, yeah, we bring that back. It doesn't work well with the cheek structure. Not really. So then what? Right? Like, do we just bring this all forward a little bit? try and get this to look right. That didn't really help. Maybe like move them individually. Maybe that's a little better. Like perhaps we just say fuck it and we just move them individually to align them. And like the last whisker can just be like a little more tilted. Maybe we like rotate it instead though. Instead of like fully resorting to just like moving it. Do this and then rotate it like a little more, maybe? I think that's fine-ish. Also, welcome in, Lemon. Hello, hello. Sorry that I missed your greeting for a little bit. Sorry, I'm a little bit locked in. To be honest, I wasn't in like the best mindset to be streaming today, but I wanted to anyway because I know that Twitch is currently doing like the weekly watch streak reward thing. I wanted to make sure that I'm actually giving people enough streams to get that if they wish. So yeah. Just kinda locked in a little bit. I probably would have just done this all off stream if I could have, but whatever. I think this would maybe be like a slight bit more up. Yeah, probably, right? I think that's fine. But tiniest bit back down. I think that's fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it still just feels a little bit off the line, but whatever. We'll live. Once again, like, The 3D is like kind of impossible to make one-to-one just because of the way that this reference is like drawn in 2D. It just doesn't quite make sense in Euclidean space, put it that way. The real lesson to learn from all of this is that the Energatos are just a 4D machination, I suppose. They bend reality itself. How strong they are. Whatever, that's good enough. I did not mean to move it. There we go. Alright, we're making another duplicate of that whisker. Move it. So it actually does, on the reference image, it does move a little bit. Which is nice, because I wanted to do that anyway. Being able to like freely rotate it like this is pretty damn nice, I will say. Let's like embed this like deep into his face. Totally sane thing to say out of context, by the way. Okay, so it needs to be rotated a little more... A little more like this way. Is something I'm noticing. Hmm. I'm trying to get them, like, approximately in line. Like, I guess they kind of are. It's like the middle one actually needs to be, like, slightly re-rotated. What the shrimp doing? The shrimp is frying rice. Probably. I don't know. Welcome in, though. Perhaps I am the shrimp. This would be accurate for my terrible posture. Wait, a shrimp can cook? You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? That's what I'm saying, man. It's fucked up. Shrimp are gonna start taking all our jobs. Hang on, I think this might line up a little bit better. Like, that's okay. This is fine. He says coping. Is that okay? Yeah, like that's pretty good. I think I got to the cross well enough. This bottom one still needs a little bit of adjustment. Actually, like, it's pretty damn good already on that side. Hmm. Chaos or explosion? In what context? Are these, like, types of magic, perhaps? I'm not sure. Or what? I think this is, like, fine. Like, who cares? That whiskers, goddammit. They are recognizably whiskers. You're sitting in the dock eating ribs. Oh, we're in ads. Sorry. I will continue that thought afterwards. Hang on. I'll take a quick... a quick stretch and voice rest break, as I usually do. Actually, I should check my emails. Hang on. I know, weird thing to just say out of nowhere. That probably came very out of left field. But I swear it's relevant. Hmm. Okay, I don't think there's anything yet that I need to respond to. Wait, let me just double check one more thing. Okay, we're back from ads. Sorry, I was checking my emails. You're back. Welcome back. But yeah, you're sitting in the dock eating ribs, eh? I guess that's not a bad way to be. I've never had ribs, actually, funny enough. I know to some people that's probably blasphemy. Yeah, I don't know, I've just never been like, I've never been big into like, a lot of like different kinds of meat. And like, I'm not even like vegan or vegetarian or anything. I'm just weird. The only cravings I really get are like cravings for like carbs, like pasta, and like cereal. If you're numb, there's a 30% chance you won't feel the vibration. Numb in what way? I'm a little bit confused. Okay, I'm gonna incremental save this. I think this is actually, like, starting to shape up pretty well. Even despite, once again, not everything lining up, like, one-to-one. I think that's fine. This looks a little odd from this angle. It needs to be rotated like a tiny bit more. Rotated and like repositioned slightly. The theory about cats are better at gambling. This is true. I don't know. I think Jinx is pretty good at gambling. I think she did pretty alright during Gamble with Your Friends. That game. At least from what I could see. Yeah, I could believe that. This all the Whisker needs to be a bit farther embedded. I'm also realizing they eat half that bowl of food every 3 days. I mean, our cat eats like more than that, to be honest. Which is crazy. I'm honestly surprised that our cat isn't like super overweight. Like, I'm glad she isn't, obviously. She's doing just fine. Even had her assessed by a vet. And, like, they said that she seems to be just fine. Yeah. Ooh, okay, here we go. Can push this in a little bit. That's pretty good. I mean, we can probably just keep it like this. I think it's a little... yeah, it's still like a little bit off. That's fine. The cheese tax, you gotta pay the cheese tax. Interesting. You know, okay, hang on. Squawk. I forgot how to do this. I don't remember how to do this. I do not. Here, I think that should be enough. I don't know, you're being kind of weird. I'm not gonna, like, ban you, but I'm just gonna time you out for, like, a couple hours. Maybe come back next stream and see how you feel. I mean, maybe your name is Chill Sterner. Maybe you're just high and don't know. So, like, I'm not gonna ban you for that, but I don't understand why you're being so strange, necessarily. I think maybe you need to actually chill a little bit. Sober up, maybe. If needed. I don't know, I kinda... Like, I am sorry, I feel bad. Because, like, technically you didn't do anything, like, super wrong. I'm just, like, a little confused what you're on about. I kinda just don't want to deal with it right now while I'm having to, like, think so much. Yeah, I guess back to business. I don't really... I think this is actually, like, fine. It, like, kinda looks strange. Like, doesn't line up super well in a few places, but... I think I'm just gonna have to make my peace with this. I think that is okay. Yeah. With that done, I don't really know what else to do next then, apart from, like, unwrapping this, I guess. Which, like, I've already completely forgotten the process for that, to be honest. It's like, I don't know, I'm a bit hesitant to start doing that. Is there anything else with the facial structure I want to redo? I don't know. I almost feel like I want to, like, 3D print this. Because, like, I do have a 3D printer. I kind of want to 3D print this and just, like, have like, a small version of this to like, kind of mess with, just to, like, get a feel for, like, whether the facial structure is correct. But I'll do that later. Yeah, it's like, I don't really know what else I would do then. Yeah. I think, like, the eyes would probably be fine to, like, texture or something. I don't know. I just feel like I'm forgetting something. How's, like, the general shape? It's a little heavy towards this side, weirdly enough. I think maybe we should correct that real quick. I think that would be fine. I think in order to do that, I might need to put another deformer, or I could just use this one. Maybe. I'm taking a bit of a risk here, so I'm gonna incremental save again before I actually commit to any changes. I'm getting a call again. I'll be right back. It was an insurance scam. Cool. Alright. A lot of bullshit happening today, apparently. They will not just let me make this model in peace. fucked up world we live in. It's probably fine. Does that fuck up the whiskers at all? Not really, from what I can tell. They're like more or less lined up correctly. Yeah. I think that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is good. We vanish that now. Yeah. This is all good then. Sick. Quickly fix that. Still looks kind of weird from like some angles, but once again, that's a given considering we're trying to like compromise with the reference picture a little bit. Made it kind of hard to get everything 100% accurate. Yeah, I think I've gotten like a close enough job at this. Maybe like reshape the mouth a little bit. I don't know. I bother. Especially like right now, do I even bother? I don't know. I mean, I could like quickly try and send this to the 3D printer. I maybe could. Like, I'd have to, like, hide all of these, like, other bits, but I'd basically just be testing, like, the face shape. I don't know. I just don't really want to rush that, but I also don't really have anything else I want to do today. I did say it was going to be a quick stream, but I didn't want it to be this quick. And it's like, what to do now? I don't know, we could, like, do the dulls or something. I'm really not sure. I mean, I guess I could also switch to some game dev. But, like, I don't want to get, like, too stuck into that. So, yeah, I just deadass have, like, nothing to do. That I can do, like, on stream at least. I guess we will try to do the dulls, then. Okay. We will do that then. Alright. Bit of dulls. Made a good progress on this. Yeah, the next step would require me to 3D print, so I'm not gonna do that. For now. Because, yeah, I just want a version of this to, like, be able to, like, you know, feel around a bit just to, like, see where the facial structure still needs some work. That's really all. So, yeah. You'll do the dles in that case. Adding. Now, I guess only problem is I can't do Waddle, because I usually do Waddle through Discord. So then I gotta find these other dles to do. I have to be very careful too. It's like I don't want to show too much of anything. Hide bookmarks. And then I guess I'll quickly see, do we have Firefox here? We do. I think that's fine. Let me actually like minimize Blender. I'm gonna go, I don't know if studio mode will prevent this. Okay, that seems fine. Once again, I'll just have to be like kind of careful about how I do this. So first of all, we're gonna do enclosed.horse, which is one of my favorites. I really like this one. You basically have to enclose the horse in the biggest area you can with the amount of walls that you have. It's like there's a lot of area down here, which makes me kind of wonder if you need to do this. Then like you'd have to cut off the remainder with not a lot of walls. Yeah. So I don't think that's really worth it. Maybe you could do like this instead or something. And that does still leave like quite a few walls to work with. Maybe not that many, but we're very close to being able to make this work. It may just be this. Like that's 31. What about this? That's still 30. Imagine this is the same. Oh, I just realized, like, yeah, we can just do that and this. So 33. Yeah, like, we could push both of those a little further. And then... yeah, anything from here would be, like, only 5 extra. Just interesting, to say the least. I do kind of wonder... what about this? No, because, like, that once again requires... like 4 walls to fence all of this in. Like, is there any way to get, like, 7 more spaces out of this? That feels very close to being possible. Hmm. Can we get 5 more walls out of this, maybe? No. Or 5 more spaces, I meant. The answer is no, apparently. I think this is just it. I'm submitting that. Perfect, okay. And then they also have alternative. Okay. So they have a bonus level now sometimes, which is kind of cool. So this is expensive walls. So every time we place a wall, we actually lose score. It's like if I quickly just close this in as an example. Yeah. It's like this is -6 score just for placing that. So yeah. Bit trickier. I feel like this has to be like kind of close though. That's -10. Honestly, like this just might not be worth it down here. It's 19. So like that's kind of worth it. What gives us like the most cherries? Like the amount of walls. It's like we can get 5 that way. This gives us like 3 here, but then that's also just like hella expensive on the walls. Still seems like better to have it in there though. If we did this? No. Apparently that's not better at all. I think this might just be it. Right? I can't think of how you could do this any better. I'm submitting that. Excellent! Oh, whatever. I had it like off by 1. I'm stupid. I just forgot to push it 1 to the side. God damn it. Alright, whatever. Close enough. Alright. Going back to my bookmarks to the next dull. Hey, here's like a newer one. Guesser. I haven't played Uma on stream in quite a while. But like, I am still a fan of it. So, I guess let's just go right on ahead. Where do I want to start off? I was seeing a lot about Maya Vega yesterday. Okay. So like, because the names can be of like varying lengths, the greens and yellows work a little differently in this. So like when they're connected like this, it means that they're sequential. But when they're not connected, it means that they're in the right spot, but there could be like any number of letters between them, if that makes sense. I'm just trying to look at this. So like there's an I and an E before the space. Not die with Scarlet. It's also good to look for like common names, so like Hishi is still on the table. Like Hishi Amazon. Or any of like the Hishis. I guess. Well, except there's like an E here, so I guess... Unless one of them has like a 3-part name, I think the he/she's are off the table. Both Agneses are out because of the G. Narita is technically still possible. But I don't think... Apart from like Narita Top Road, I don't think there's any others that have 3 parts. Which makes this, like, unlikely. Hmm. Wouldn't be... No, it's not Taiki Shuttle, that's dumb. There's no E in that. There's like another E apparently as well. I guess an important thing I haven't been looking at is like this. It needs to end in an E, whatever this like first or second word is. We could quickly see how many words it is. Okay, so it's 2. And it ends with an E on this one. It's like this is an E and there's an I before it somewhere. That's interesting. This could be a JP Uma. Or I could just be overcomplicating it. Wait, I think I'm overcomplicating it. Oh, no, never mind. For a second I thought it might have been fine motion, but there's no M. Hmm. It feels like it's on the tip of my tongue. There's one that I'm thinking about. It's not Rhinecraft. It's wrong. I almost feel like I need the second hint for this. Not Twin Turbo. Not Shinko Windy. Someone with a 4 and then a 6. Interesting. Why am I, like, struggling with this so much? I guess that's not a bad thing, though, because some of the dulls reset at the top of the hour. Like, the top of this hour. So if this takes me a little bit, I don't really mind. Hmm. It's like, I just don't feel like... Because the R isn't there, so it's not IRE, so it would have to be like RI something E if it's in the first word still. Otherwise, this R is in the second word. I don't think there's any with like Rise as their first name. Hmm. Wait. There is someone with Rice, though. Ah, but then... No, Rice Shower doesn't fit, because, like, there's an A in there. Fuck. So yeah, it can't be Rice. Man. So, like, the R has to be in the second part of this, then, I feel. Wait. Oh, okay, I think I know who this is. It's Nice Nature, isn't it? Right? I think that fits. Nice nature. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we got there. We got there. I'm surprised that took me so long. I am a nice nature enjoyer. I like nice nature. And like she's global, so I should have known that one. I was like really overcomplicating that. So there we go. 2 with a hint on the Umagesser. Fun times. Okay, let me hide this again while I go to the next one. Not history, bookmarks. Okay. This one... Okay. So this is Wikipedia speedruns. I have to be a little bit careful about this one because... Basically, the idea is to get from one Wikipedia article to another, right? The problem is that because it's Wikipedia, you can get some, like, you know, uncensored gore and, like, uncensored nudity, stuff like that, depending on the article, so we need to try and avoid any articles that could have, like, TOS content. Yeah, starting article is sulfuric acid. Interesting. I'm trying to think, I think I've messed with sulfuric acid before in, like, science class growing up. I was trying to think of, like, some of the links I could get off of this. I mean, obviously, I don't know what the end prompt is yet. Like, oh, we got to, like, chemicals, different, like, branches of science. I don't think this is what I use. Oh, yeah, okay, so, like, in science growing up, I used hydrochloric acid, I think is the right one. So no, I'm not actually, like, super familiar with this. Sulfuric acid. That's... I think that actually might be in batteries, right? Am I tripping? I don't know. Just play the damn game. Sulfuric acid to dwarf planet. Okay, so we're trying to get to, like, the solar system, so, like, astronomy, Pluto. Okay. That should be... kind of easy. Polar... Okay, so we have chemistry. Chemistry... Get this, physics... No, we're trying to get to astronomy. Oh, universe? Hang on. Get to universe, we get to solar system. Probably. I can't see solar system, but I can see Earth. Which is in the solar system. Okay, solar system, and then we just get to Pluto, and then we get to dwarf planet. Where is this? Pluto is in here. Oh shit, dwarf planet is right there, but I have to... Wait, okay. There we go. We got there. 55 seconds, not too bad. I'll actually take that. Probably not, like, top 20, which was, like, the first page of the leaderboard, but... we did alright. 55 seconds for that. Yeah, just barely shy of the leaderboard. Damn. Oh, they went from, like, sulfuric acid to Jupiter to dwarf planet. That's crazy. Wait, in 4 seconds? That's no way they didn't, like, rehearse that. Nah, that's bullshit. Apparently could have also gone to Europa, the moon, water vapor, Venus. Hmm. Hydrogen. Well, that's for 4. Okay. I'm never really, like, efficient with my like links from article to article. I just go fast. I'm doing the any percent, not the low percent. So yeah. Anyway, cool, cool speed run. Now, I don't think there's any others that I'm currently waiting on. Uh, like any other dulls. I think we should be fine on time here as well. Now, only problem is I think I do have to change the like specific kind. It's like I'm doing this in an incognito tab, these ones. Because I don't usually So it's not showing up. I wouldn't usually do these ones in my actual browser, but I guess this time I have to. Alright. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay, this is cuddle. Not as in like a hug, but as in cutting things. You have to get it perfectly in half. This is an interesting one, for sure. I'm inclined to want to go something in like this kind of mentality. Just because that bisects like this empty space, which would be hard to think about the area of. Now, obviously not right down the middle here. It's still a little heavy towards this side, like the left. Hmm. Still a little heavy, I think. This to me seems about right. A little more towards the right again. I think this is actually fine. Do that. Holy, okay, apparently I was like way off. Damn. Well, that's a shame. Kinda embarrassed myself though. Damn. I think I was like really overestimating like how much of a chunk out of it this was. Like underappreciating this side. So I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I guess I can kind of see that. Alright. So I got like at least one more duel I can do. I'm kind of waiting for the top of the hour once again. So this one is kind of hard, or not kind of hard golf. That's the one that we're waiting on. Let's do cost codal. Sure. Okay. So we got Tyson Honey Barbecue Style Bites. 3.25 pounds. I don't know how many kilograms that is. And normally I would actually go ahead and like convert that, just so that I have a rough idea. No antibiotics ever! What the hell, man? Bruh. getting disease in your chicken. Yeah, I don't know, I think this is about like 1.5 kilograms or something. I want to say it's something like that. Then, like, that's quite a few. I also don't necessarily know how expensive these are. I'm going for like $8.99. Apparently a lot more expensive. Let's go for like a $10.99. $11.99? Still, really? Is this? Yeah, I guess that's possible. $12.99 for that, damn. That's in American dollars too. Gosh. That's like kind of a crazy price. Alright, you know what? Hang on, I have an idea. We could actually do the waddle. I'll just have to like perfectly recreate this in my actual waddle game on Discord later. Let's see. Wordler. Reject all. Thank you. Okay, so I guess waddle spoilers. For anyone who cares. What to do? I usually do like a different starting word each time. I'm kind of feeling chalk for some reason. Okay, chalk was a terrible guess. Could do like smite. Okay, guess I'll die. You know what? What about nifty? Oh, that's T in the same place. I'm stupid. I forgot to turn on hard mode too. I usually do that. So I guess maybe it's like a TI or something like that. No Y either. Hmm. Tigor. I don't know. Can't be Vigor because that gets rid of the T as well. No, this would be kind of a wild one. Is it Bigot? Okay. Apparently not. I guess maybe Divot or Pivot is left then. I don't know if Rivet is a word with like an O instead of an E. Hopefully not. I'm gonna guess Pivot. God damn it. Okay, Rivet? Not Rivet, wait, yeah, no, Divot. Okay. Shit, man. That was awful. Okay, thank God Firefox didn't automatically autocomplete anything there. It's like fucking New York Times immediately pops up a field for your email address. What the fuck, man? Like, Jesus. Okay. Let's see. So we have to do kind of hard golf now. Oh, just so I can recreate this later a bit easier. I'm gonna screenshot that. Okay. Now we go to the golf. Okay. I think this is fine. Yeah. Kinda infuriating mode. I don't know what that does. Checkpoints disabled. Okay. Nope. Not doing that. Oh yeah, this one lags like a motherfucker on this laptop, so... yeah, be warned. Okay, that's fine. I can make my peace with that. What if I did like this? Okay. It wouldn't work, apparently. Okay, that was kind of an amazing shot. That was like where I wanted to go. Okay. I don't think we can skip this checkpoint. Just gonna need to like do that again. It's fine. We can send it through here. Damn it. Okay, we're kind of fine. It's still hella lagging, but it's alright, we cope. And then this, like, we can just skip that, like, little side nook. Just do this. And then, like, honestly, we could just, like, full send it here. Okay, well, that didn't work out. It's just hitting this, like, checkpoint is gonna be really hard, isn't it? Like, I honestly don't think the checkpoint helps us that much. Annoying-ass ending, to be honest. Okay, there we go. Whatever. Whatever, we did it. On that note, though, I'm kind of out of dulls. So, I don't know what else to do now. I guess I could just end early. I feel bad, because, like, I would like to do a slightly longer stream than just, like, less than 2 hours. Like, I don't know, I wasn't really planning too much. Once again, this stream basically just exists because I wanted to give people an opportunity to farm the Twitch weekly thing. So, yeah, I didn't have too much planned. Yeah, I guess thank you all for watching. Do I have anyone to raid? I wonder. I probably shouldn't, to be honest. We'll see, though. There are probably some people I could raid, but I'm gonna not do that, since this is just kind of a filler stream anyway. If it helps, like, this isn't the last stream of the week. I also stream in, like, a couple of days. So, that's a big reason, like, why this is a bit shorter. I already have a bigger stream planned a couple of days from now, so, yeah. Anyway, I suppose that's it. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one. Yeah.